Hey y'all, welcome back to another Faith Talk series. I want to say this is episode either 6 or 7. I kind of lost count, to be honest with y'all. But I'm excited to be back because I have a lot to share from the month of September. September was a really good month. A lot of great things happened. A lot of really cool things were solidified for October. I'm excited to share everything that has been happening in my life. But real quick, thank y'all so much for the support on just my previous videos, for subscribing to my channel, for just showing up for me. I really appreciate it. I'm still continuing to just focus on my business, SCB Luxury Styling. Of course, we are accepting new clients for the month of October, so I'm excited for that. I am getting back into coaching stylists, and I haven't stopped coaching stylists, but because I run multiple businesses, I have to be very specific about where I'm pouring my energy and putting my attention, like what business I'm focusing on today. Because it's hard to focus on multiple at one time, which kind of brings me to another thing that recently happened. So it is October. Happy October if I have not said that yet. But recently I decided to shut down one of my businesses. And obviously I'm going to talk more about that in the next Faith Talk series episode, but just wanted to let y'all know that. And today is October 2nd, so I haven't officially closed it yet, but because I'm saying all the things that I'm saying, I gotta focus on this, I gotta focus on that. That's literally the main reason why I'm closing one of them. And it just feels like a weight, not yet, but I know that it will feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulder. I'm one of those types of business owners that doesn't really like to give things up. I guess you could say I'm like Marc Jacobs. I like to say that I do everything. I'm the social media person. I founded this business. I'm the creator. I create the content. I do this. I do that. And you know how like on the Marc Jacobs bags, it says created by Marc Jacobs, by Marc Jacobs, Marc Jacobs, Marc Jacobs. Like that's how I am sometimes. And I'm trying to learn to let go and to not feel like my name has to be on everything and not feel like I have to own everything. So that's where I'm at currently. And this decision was made in September, but it didn't happen until October. So let's hop into September and all the good things that God did in September. So I will pop up on the screen, but I believe I told y'all in the last Faith Talk episode that I started working with a credit specialist. And since I've been working with her, my credit score has been increasing. Of course, there are some things that I had to do on my end to help with that. And I'll pop up, what my score is now and what it has increased to, because I love to share that information. And she's obviously doing her part as the expert, but with me, I had to make sure that I was still paying certain things on time. I had to make sure things were still good by certain times. Recently, I was late on my student loan payment, and it's been challenging, trying to keep up with my student loan payments and my credit card payments and all the things, being laid off, but I'm not trying to focus too much on that. I'm just trying to focus on one thing at a time. So I've been good with my credit card and paying that by the due date, and also the other credit card that I was able to get settled. But my student loans were over a month late, and I recently had to withdraw some money from one of my investments accounts to pay for it. And it was very annoying because I didn't want to have to do that. I don't want to always have to do that. I want that to be the only time that I do that. But I just trust God in this moment that He'll replace it. He'll give it back to me tenfold, and I won't have to think twice about it. But I knew as an adult, I had to make a grown decision and say, all right, well, I can't just let it sit there. And I don't have the type of student loans that everybody else got. Everybody else got the federal student loans. Y'all cannot pay y'all student loans and be okay. No, I have private student loans, and when I don't pay them, well, I don't know the specifics of federal student loans, but I do know they are completely different from private student loans. And I can't just not pay my student loans. It will affect my credit. It will go to collections, and yeah. So I can't just not pay them. And I also don't feel right not paying them. I'm trying to get rid of this debt. I don't want to sit on it and do whatever. If I have the money, I want to be able to pay it. But I'm also praying, that God supernaturally takes them away. But I have to do my part, while it's in front of me. So because I'm working on my credit and increasing my credit score, I didn't want me not paying my student loans on time to affect that. So I had to do something I didn't want to do, but I'm glad that I had the money to do it. So my credit score did increase. Next on the list was, and a lot of the charges, not technically the charge offs from Discover, but some of the charges and like some of the, I don't know what they call it, but I guess like some of the penalties on my credit score were deleted and removed. So just going through the motions of that, I'm so thankful to have the credit specialist's help because I would not have been able to do that on my own. Next on my list, I actually, so y'all know, MM LaFleur hired me back as an event stylist part-time, and it's technically not like a real part-time job because usually a part-time job, you have a minimum of, or a certain amount of hours you work per week. It's not like that. It's kind of like a contracted job. So every time they have an event, I'm, notified, and I let them know if I'm available to be a part of that event. And it really just goes with my availability, which I like. And this particular event, I actually was working at the K Street location in DC, and I worked with a different group than what I worked with before. And this was the second event that I did with them in the month of September. And one of the stylists, she knew me from YouTube. I'm like, she's like, oh, hey, the way she was talking to me, y'all, she was talking to me like she knew me. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, we never met before, right? Like, she's like, no, but I've seen your YouTube videos. I'm like, oh, the ones, like the videos I was doing with MM LaFleur, like for their IG, like social media. She's like, no, I've seen your YouTube videos. Like, you come up on my feed. I'm like, for real? I'm like, okay, I'm glad you know me from YouTube. I love that. Y'all know I've been consistent on YouTube, trying to grow. Well, not trying, but actually growing my following. But also, I'm on the road to monetization. And I think I mentioned this to y'all before, but I'm not in a space where I'm just wanting to post anything just to like monetize. Like, I'm trying to stay true to who I am, and I want it to be aligned with, what I do. So the fact that people are noticing, the people that I don't even know are noticing my content is really, really cool. So thanks, YouTube, for doing that. So that was a nice surprise. And that next day, I believe this was that next day. And sorry, y'all, my face is like breaking out. I'm about to come on my cycle, and it's real bad. Like, I don't even get acne like that. Like, if I do get a bump, it's literally a bump. But like this week, it's like 3 different bumps going down my face, and they like itch a little bit. It's just real annoying. Hopefully y'all don't see that, but yeah. But anyway, that next day after me working that event, I got an email from the HR manager, Hannah, and I'm gonna pop it up on the screen. But she invited me to attend a few of MM LaFleur's pop-up events, which they call trunk shows, in different cities. Y'all. First of all, when she sent that email, I didn't even see it right away. You know how when you pull down your notifications on your iPhone and you scroll through, which I do all the time, scroll through just to see what notifications you have. 9 times out of 10, you've seen most of them if you check your phone, as often as I do. But for some reason, I missed that email. And it hadn't been sitting in there for that long. But when I saw the email, I said, when did she send this? It was the same day, but still. So when I read through that email, I'm like, what? Atlanta, LA, Seattle. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I couldn't go to LA because I'll actually be going to my school's homecoming. So I went to North Carolina A&T State University, graduated in December of 2015. So this October, which is in next week, I'll actually be leaving to go to Greensboro to go to homecoming. We're celebrating 10 years since college, y'all. So obviously I graduated December 12th, 2015. So it won't be until December that I'll be celebrating 10 years. But essentially 2015, when you graduate, you're supposed to graduate in May. I stayed an extra semester. So at this point, I'm a part of the May group. But we graduated almost 10 years ago from college, which is crazy to me. And my friends that I've met in school, I knew one of them. I've known one of them since high school. But the other women that are my friends from college, I met them there. I met them when I was 17, y'all. I'm 31. Like, we've known each other for so long at this point. So we're getting together. We're going to GHO finally. It's called GHO, if you don't know. Greatest homecoming on earth. And I'm so excited. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. I'm praying again that we all get there safely, that literally we all get there safely. because we have not been in the same room together, all 5 of us, in like a long time. I think since like 2021. So yeah, it's gonna be a good time. So I couldn't go to LA for the trunk show. And I tried to force it. I said, hey, well, I'm available from the 13th through the 15th. They're like, no, we need somebody to full time. I'm like, I get it. But I am available for Seattle and Atlanta. So they actually changed the dates. So I won't be leaving for Seattle until the end of October. And then Atlanta will be the end of October into November. So I'm so excited. If you've been following me for quite some time, then you know that I actually went to Philly with MM LaFleur last year. It was during the summertime. And I actually brought my boyfriend with me and we had a good time. His brother lives there. So we obviously had a good time, but I wasn't there for a trunk show. I was actually there to kind of just teach and coach the new stylists who were in the new Philly location, and just like teach them the product knowledge and all the things. And I believe I was the only stylist that did that. I'm not sure. But yeah, that was fun. All expense paid. And obviously I got paid to be there. But yeah, y'all. So I'm excited because I've never been to Seattle. And I know it's probably going to be chilly because I know they got water like we have water. So I'm going to have to probably bring like a coat. And then Atlanta, I've been to Atlanta, but it's been a while. So either way, I'm excited. So looking forward to that. And y'all will be seeing vlogs on that as well. Next on the list. So I go to Union Church, which is based out of Maryland. They have multiple locations. I go to the BWI location, and I've been going to this church maybe for about a year and some change, or coming up on a year. And it's funny because I was introduced to this church back when it was Destiny Church. This was like, I want to say I was in college, and it was at Randallstown, right by my area where I live. So I initially went there a couple of times, and it was cool. And I like the church. The church is nice. But I didn't like just being in a school is just like, I've went to churches in schools like for a long time. And I think I just am kind of over that. And I kind of want just like a churchier vibe. So I liked the church again, but I didn't love like the atmosphere of like sitting in a school chair. It was like in an auditorium type of thing. Like the desk slides out and flaps over, like that type of thing. That's literally the type of church that I went to like for half of my childhood. So I was kind of over it, but it was a great church. So then I started going to Messiah Church, which is in Ricerstown. My sister actually came across that church. Still very modern, up to date. And they actually had a physical location. So we started going there, I want to say 2018. I want to say that same year. So I was going there for a minute. And then it got kind of like, I felt like I was growing out of Messiah a little bit. Like the conversations and the sermons just weren't feeding me as like I wanted them to. So I decided to give Union a chance again. And I actually was invited by my homegirl, Anisha, the one who recently got married this year. She actually invited me, I think it was either January 1st. No, obviously not January 1st. Or maybe it was. No, it was December. So she invited us, her bridesmaids, to like a bonding thing, December 1st of 2024. And I actually went to the BWI location. Now, I had gone to the BWI location before because I was invited previously. Previously, I was invited by my intern. So that was one time and I enjoyed it. But she was going to like the late service, like the 1:30 service. Child, I don't got time. But then before that, our homeboy Cook also goes to Union. He got baptized there, and he invited us to one of the services before that, and I really liked it. But it was just packed. Like, we had got there kind of late. It was packed. It was barely any place to park. Like, it was a lot going on, so I was kind of thrown off a little bit. So I've had little experiences and little instances with this church that I love, but I just never consistently came. Once Anisha invited me December of 2024, I kind of wanted to keep going back, and then I invited Jordan. So we've been going honestly ever since. So yeah, I go to the BWI location, and I say that to say they do something called groups. So basically people in the church create groups, and you can join the groups, and each group is about a different topic, surrounded by a different theme, all that good stuff. So I had been trying to like get in the church and like be a part of something and all the stuff. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna join a group. But I kept forgetting. So I finally remembered to join a group, went on their website to see what groups are available. At this point in time, all the good ones were gone. So I'm like, okay, so whatever. And you got to be quick at Union because so many people go there and they have so many different locations. So anytime something is available, it goes quick. Like I was trying to go to their women's night. That's in 2 weeks. Y'all, that thing is sold out. The one that isn't sold out is at Flowers, which is in DC. Babe, I'm not going to DC. I'm sorry. I go to DC enough. I'm good. Couldn't go to that unless I change my mind. But other than that, I'm not going. So I say that to say, so I couldn't find a group that I was really interested in. So I said, you know what, forget it. I'll wait, until they do groups again. So I think either that day or the next day, my friend Danielle texts me. Danielle, I actually met a couple of years ago at this entrepreneurship group that I was in. So she texts me, she's like, hey, I have an opportunity for you. Give me a call, text me back when you can so we can discuss. So she had an opportunity from me and she told me to give her a call, text her whenever I was available. So I call her and she's like, oh yeah, so I created a group at Union and it's about sustainable fashion. And I thought that, I wanted to reach out to see if you'd be interested in like speaking at one of our nights where we meet. And introducing yourself, talking about sustainable fashion, your business and all the things. And I said, girl, what? I said, first of all, I didn't even know you went to Union, number one. But literally, y'all, everybody goes to Union. You just don't know because they have so many different services, so many different locations. It's so many people in there. So like once service is over, I'd be like running out the door because it'd be a lot going on. So I say, girl, I didn't even know you went to Union, number one. Number two, I was literally looking to be a part of a group and couldn't find anything. And the fact that you're literally calling me right now to invite me to speak to your group and to join, she also allowed me to join y'all. I said, that could only be God. What? So I'll be speaking to her group on October 22nd. And I actually joined in on the group last night for the second time. And it was really, really good. So they meet at the Columbia location and we meet every Wednesday. This week was virtual. Next week will be in person, which I don't know if I'm going to do because that will be the day before I leave for Greensboro. And I need to make sure I have everything squared away and all that good stuff. So we'll see. But how crazy is that? What? And the group is about sustainable fashion, but it's called Wardrobe of Wisdom. So cute, y'all. And just like the conversations and the topics have been like really, really cool. Next up on the list, I received a random check in the mail. The check wasn't a lot, but the fact that it was a random check, Raven, who is in charge of the prayer group that I'm in, the women's prayer group that I'm in, she always talks about, receiving random checks in the mail. So I got one and it's actually from some health. I don't even know. It was like some health insurance or something. I don't remember having anything with them. So I don't know, but it wasn't much, y'all, but I was thankful for it. And it was just the fact that it even happened. To me, I just felt like was a sign from God. So that was cool. I also released my Places to Shop e-guide, which I was so excited, y'all. I've sold 8 copies since releasing it on September 19th, and today's October 2nd. So it doesn't sound like a lot, but it definitely is a lot to me. I'm praying that, what I put out was of value to the individuals who purchased it. They got everything that they needed. And I pray that I get some testimonies from it or some feedback from it because they do get emails asking them for feedback, but I haven't gotten any yet. So I don't know. But aside from that, I do plan on updating the e-guide every so often, periodically, is what I mentioned in the e-guide. And I do plan on updating it this month. I have quite a few new websites that I'm going to add to it and another not section, but another category, not even a category, but like a type of website that I want to add to it. So I'm excited for the update. And this will be, initially, I'm thinking this will be the one and only update that I do. And then after that, I'm planning to create a community around the remainder of the updates. So moving forward, if you want an update on the EGOT, you now have to join my private community, which I'm excited for. I've been wanting to create a community for SCB luxury styling for quite some time. And I've been thinking through it, like how I want it to work, how I want it to, look. I already have a name for it, but I'm trying to figure out like how exactly I'm going to do this community. Excited for the places to shop EGOT. If you have not already, definitely make sure you grab your copy. Again, I'm making updates, so you'll be receiving those updates when they are made. After that, you'll learn more about the community, but I'm really, really excited for that. And I'm glad that I was able to put that out there because I feel like I've been talking about it for quite some time. And last but not least, for the month of September, I did get paid from the 2 events that I did event styling for in the month of September. And I also got a commission check. It wasn't a ton, but the fact that I'm still getting commission from a job that I start working at in July is insanity to me. And I just wonder, like, if I would have stopped working here, would I have even gotten those commission checks or what? Because I got one the last time too. When I was working at Emma Fleur as a virtual stylist, we got paid commission once a month, and it was at the end of the month. So we get paid every 2 weeks, and the second week or the second pay period is when we actually get the commission check. So last month at the end of the month, I got a commission check. And then this month at the end of the month, September at the end of the month, I got a commission check too. I'm like, what? And I'm so thankful because it's always like a random thing. But I don't know. This one may have been the last one. I don't know, y'all. But that's basically it for the month of September. It was a great month. I know Candace Janae, if you follow her or know her, she definitely said September was a month to remember. And it definitely was. Just all the opportunity that came out of it. The fact that I launched my ebook. The fact that I solidified some work travel that is all expense paid. The fact that I was able to join a group. Y'all, my credit score is increasing. And some really, really great things that happened in September. And although, my finances aren't where I want them to be, although, I haven't really had a client in a while, but I'm still putting myself out there, obviously on social media. I'm still reaching out to people via email. I'm still doing what I can. I'm still sending out emails to my mailing list weekly. So I'm doing my part. And I definitely have been doing my best to invite God into my business and partner with him. And the one way that I've been doing that is by praying before I start my work sessions, and being intentional with that prayer. We're also in the midst of this 90-day fast, and today is day 31, so 32. Today is day 32, so yeah. Oh, and that's a part of October, so yeah, I'll wait. But thanks y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed this Faith Talk series episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.